Hello everyone, True Zero Emissions here. So I'm just practicing my turns right now. Oh, I could actually practice I could do my short turn, my real sharp turns here. I didn't think of that. Oh wow, my knee pad totally twisted. I need to fix that. Wow. That happened when I was riding sitting down. It moved like that. And I just didn't fix it correctly after that. So the knee pads, I haven't had trouble with them sliding down anymore after I cross the straps. So this top one connects to this bottom one. This top one connects to this bottom one in the back. So it goes like this and like this. And they don't slide down anymore. They used to always slide down. Now some people, I say, oh, there's a way to make the knee pads not slide down, and they're like, what are you talking about? I guess their knee pads don't slide down. I don't know how. I don't know how that is. They don't slide down. But I know that my knee pads always slid down. And they stopped as soon as I started crossing the backs, right? These are the elite knee pads, and they were sliding down continuously. So, but because I was sitting down and practicing sitting down earlier, and I had my knees bent a lot, it looks like the knee pads turned and slid down. So hopefully they stay where they are now. They stay. Okay, I'm going to practice my turns, but there's not a lot of spots here to practice. That's okay, I'll just work with what I have. Let's do our turn here. Maybe I could use this. It's just that it's close to the entrance, and I'm not watching that entrance all the time, so if someone pulls in fast, that could be dangerous. See all the traffic now compared to the nighttime? Nighttime has like almost no traffic at all. It's amazing how different the traffic is. That was a good turn right there. I mean, to me, that was pretty sharp, a sharp turn. See if I can do that same thing left. Yeah, not as smooth, but the right is going really well. I could turn really sharp right. That was a good left. Right. Right. Left. Left. Right. So I'm having some thoughts about that experience I had earlier of the lady I met and the woman that was yelling. It seemed like, I'm not sure, but it seemed like the behavior changed of the woman I was talking to when that lady was like staring at us. I don't know if that lady is someone that she knows, like a friend or a relative, but she was just watching us talk, and it seemed like it was affecting the woman I just met. And I was just thinking, I thought of talking and like saying something to the woman, like hi or something, as I passed her, but I thought I don't really know what's going on, so I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna say anything. And she stopped looking at me when I left talking with the lady. Never know. But it did remind me of things I've read about parents that are very possessive with their children, with their kids, even when the kids grow up, and how they've had to there's been lawsuits and stuff. I don't know if lawsuits the right word, but well, yeah, I think where the kids are suing the parents, or trying to get the parents to not bother them. Now I imagine that would be traumatic or scary for the parents, but also scary for the kids, especially when they're adults. Who knows? Those are just thoughts that were crossing my mind. It doesn't mean any of that has any relationship with reality, but I'm just sharing with you that I'm thinking about what I saw and wondering what happened. But I won't know unless I asked or got to know the lady better. and it came up. I don't know if I'd bring it up. I did tell her I was recording, and so she knows that. Okay, we're practicing here. Sharp turns, right? Okay, these are my turns. I don't think I'm going to practice sitting down at the moment anymore. Yeah, I'm practicing my turns. This is like a shorter turn practice because these are really short parking spaces. Let's see if I can practice here. I don't know. But the lady I was talking to seemed interested initially. She was like, that's cool. So that's her engaging with her environment, right? I'm in the environment, and she was saying this is a cool... She liked the technology. She likes what she sees. And she wondered if I think she's wondering if she could ride it, because she said, is it hard? She's curious about it. That's what I know. That's all I really know, is she's curious about it. And that's normal. A lot of people are curious about these. I was in America's Tire not long ago, having my tires rotated and balanced, which if you buy your tires there, that's part of the service, I think. It includes rotation and balancing. Free flat repair if they can fix it. And anyway, I had the InMotion V11 there, and two women just started talking to me as I was walking out, and they said similar. They were like, oh, cool. And they're like, is that hard to ride? It's very common for people to ask about the electric unicycle, so much more than the electric scooter. Like the electric scooter, people would be happy about it. I had a woman once come out from a restaurant. She was eating dinner with a group. I don't know who the group was, but she ran out of the restaurant onto the street and engaged and said, that is so cool. I love what you did with that, because I had an umbrella on it, and I had like all my drill batteries at the time. I probably had like 6 drill batteries stacked up, wired in like series and parallel to get the voltage right, and to maximize range. And I had that plugged into the primary battery in parallel, and that extended the range. And she said, I love what you did with that. And she was so excited. This is a different person. I don't think I was recording. No, I wasn't recording that day at that time. But that lady was so excited. And the two ladies at America's Tire just in the past week, they were extremely enthusiastic and excited about the electric unicycle. And I think people just are interested in micromobility. They're interested in it, like different ways to move, right? How do we go from one place to another? And because we kind of feel like we're bombarded and conditioned, if I say it that way, for the automobile, we're just so used to it. We're so used to just anticipating the next model and anticipating some feature it's going to have, because it's being highlighted in the ads. But what's associated with the traditional automobile, if I say it that way, is maintenance costs, right? And fuel and insurance and all these high cost things. Now people that ride bicycles enjoy the luxury of extremely low cost, right? Low maintenance costs, not having a requirement for insurance. And you can read all kinds of articles on that. If you look up why bicycles don't require insurance. Now some people insure their bicycles because if they get stolen, they want it covered, right? Because some bicycles cost a lot of money. I mean, there's bicycles that cost several times more than this electric unicycle costs, right? And this electric unicycle is not low cost. But hopefully they'll be offering more insurance. Well, for like something like this, I think it could be insured through, for example, like AAA would probably insure this as just property. So, and that's pretty low cost insurance. It's like around $100 a year or $120 or something like that. add an extra $10 or $20 if you want the improved version of that, which is it makes it more streamlined, I think, if you need help. I think it makes everything easier. That's what they told me, something like that. Don't quote me on that, find out for yourself. But there's two different plans you can get. One is like better than the other, and it's just a little bit more money. But I think, a bicycle and the electric unicycle and any kind of micromobility, even a scooter, I was asking about the scooter at the time, and they said yes, that would be covered under the property renter's insurance. I think it's called renter's insurance, which covers, I think, up to $30,000. So that is insurance that can be purchased for your electric unicycle, scooter, bicycle, and you can also look at other options and alternatives if there is any other ones available. But a lot of people that are like, yeah, my scooter was stolen and I'm buying another one, I say, well, check out AAA insurance for the renter's insurance, I think it's called, or find out what it's called, but I think it's called renter's insurance, and see if that looks like it's good to you, because then they wouldn't have to be spending another several $1,000s on a scooter. They would just have their yearly bill of like $120 or $150 or less than $200, but closer to $100, and they're covered, right? And they told me even if the scooter's taken away from the house, like let's say you lock the scooter up somewhere, or you're on it and someone takes it from you or something like that, I think it's still covered. Double check for yourself, but I think that's the way it was explained to me, because it doesn't have to just be at the house. I thought it had to be at the house, like, oh, it has to be at the house, right? No, it doesn't. That's if I understood correctly, unless that's changed. But so there is insurance you can get. It's just not mandatory that I know of, like for bicycles and micromobility, right? Okay, we've had a pretty good practice today. Okay, I think I'll wrap up this practice. I think I get to go after these cars. Oh, they're going. Now I can go. I don't want to pass this guy fast, because the speed is what startles people, right? If I go slow, he might be a little startled if I go slow, because I'm just there, right? But that's not much different than someone just walking by someone and going, oh, whoa, someone's right there. So give space, right? I gave him space, I think around 6 feet at least. And I went slow. I slowed down. And I saw the officer slow down. Like it seemed like he was slowing down to see what I was doing. And I think when he saw that I slowed down, I was going that slow passing someone, I think he was like, okay, that's my guess. Now, had I been flying down the sidewalk at any speed that's, and passing someone quickly, I already know what happens, because I know someone that was riding their scooter on the sidewalk at full speed, which for that scooter was 16 miles an hour. It was the Xiaomi M365, which only does 16 miles an hour, 15.5 miles per hour. But that's fast on the sidewalk. And the officer pulled him over and said, do not ride on the sidewalk at that speed. So at that speed, he has to ride in the street. But then other officers don't want him on the street. So it seems to me like the best thing to do is to just go slow on the sidewalk, and especially when passing people, right? The main thing is how slow are you going when you pass someone, and not startling people, because I think that's what the police are looking for. It's public safety, right? It's your safety and their safety. Now each state and city can be different, so and maybe opinions vary even in a city, right? Between officer and officer, right? So I'm not giving advice. I'm just sharing a thought experiment. Now, if there's no one around at all, I might speed up a little bit. If there's no one around at all, but then I'll slow down when I come to an intersection. My education has taught me this is the intersection right here. Anywhere a car can pull out of is an intersection. Every spot a car is parked at is the intersection because the car can pull out. So if you want to be safe, always watch for those wheels. Watch those front wheels, like Dan the fireman says. Watch those front wheels, right? If you see those wheels turned, that means they're probably going to be pulling out any second, right? Oops. Can I stay on? Yep. Almost lost it. I stayed on though. That was weird. After I was going, I felt like I was going to fall right. I don't know what that was. And it felt like I was falling. I don't know how I didn't fall. So now, because I just felt that, I'm going to go slower when I accelerate. Under similar conditions and under all conditions, I'm just going to accelerate slower and get a sense of what's happening. Because I wasn't expecting that to happen right now. And I don't know why it happened. I don't actually know why that happened. So once I pass these two gentlemen, right behind you. It's alright. I can practice my I don't know if I'd call it carving. I'm just practicing my turns. My turning left and right. I don't think this is carving. Carving, I think, is like a higher speed. But I'm going to glance at my rear view mirror on the left side of the helmet to make sure no one's coming up behind me, because bicycles can be doing like a minimum of 24. That's with just pedals. That's not electric. Right? Just pedaling, these guys can do 24. And if it's downhill at all, they can do more than that. They can reach like 30. You can see that line right there, a broken yellow line. This is a bike path. People walk on it. But bicycles ride here. I feel like anything I do on an electric unicycle, even if I just make up some move that I haven't seen before, is practice for balance. And I feel like the more unique and different things I do just adds to my own safety and other safety, right? Because I'm riding this around people. But this is one of the things I do to practice, to get a sense of what the wheel's doing when I turn like this, and to build up strength in the legs. Not just the legs though, really the whole body. I'm moving every part of my body right now. Moving my hips, my shoulders, my arms. And the fact that I'm doing this with the links right now tells me that I'm definitely becoming more comfortable with riding the links, because when I first started riding it, I couldn't do this on it. It felt like it was too heavy, and I didn't think I'd ever be able to do this. But like, I think his name's David. Like David said, it's interesting how the electric unicycles become lighter as you continue to ride them. That's a good way to put it. Now if I do this with my toes close to the unicycle, it'll hurt my knees really bad. But if my toes are pointed out, like I was telling you earlier, like at a 45-degree angle or somewhere around there, then it doesn't, my knees won't hurt. And I just exercise the muscles in the legs, which is good. One of the things I have to remind myself, I just did this, I just came really close to the wall right there with my left pedal, and my shoe's hanging off the pedal here. And if I bump that wall with my shoe or the pedal, same thing, it will make me crash. I've bumped things and not crashed, but it's definitely not something that I want to do. I don't want to bump into things with my shoe or the pedal because I just want to be able to have good control of the electric unicycle at all times, right? Now some people jump their electric unicycles, really big jumps. It's pretty amazing to see that. I don't know how people do that. And I wonder if they have a background in jumping on bicycles and stuff. On your left. I've ridden motorcycles and jumped on motorcycles, but on dirt bikes. But I don't know if I'll jump on an electric unicycle. Right now I'm just thinking about these basic learning how to sit down, things like that. There's no hurry to learn anything, but just like the lady we were talking with earlier, she was saying that she wants to be out here each day, even if it's walking, because she likes to give her legs a break. I didn't know that. I was told by someone that was into karate and training in karate that working the leg muscles every single day, you can work legs every day because the muscle's so big, and the muscle is it's used to being used every day because you're walking on it. But also the way this woman explained, like letting the legs rest, but you can still walk, but just not run each day, right? That also makes sense. So I'm just guessing we do what works for us, right? That's her program, and we each do a program that is suitable for us. That just reminded me, Cameron was telling me about how if you overwork a muscle, you can do it, but it'll leave you feeling very how do I say it? Almost like depressed. I don't think that was his words, but that's kind of what it sounded like. See, I'm not used to that light changing so fast. It used to change that fast every time. Now I think it's just certain hours. Because during the daytime, I've seen the light down at that intersection down there change like several times, and this light still hasn't changed once. So, but I wonder if a few calls from to the city or to the right department would change that. I wonder that. Alright, the only thing is I didn't get a chance to do any higher speed riding today. And I don't have my glasses with me. I could stop by my place. On your left. On your left. I could stop by my place and pick up my glasses and then go to like Griffith Park, and that would give me a chance to go a little bit higher speed before ending this ride. I've gone 21 miles, used 1 bar. Oh, I didn't know my signal was on right now. I can open the app and see what percentage I'm at. I've only used 13%. I'm at, well, I used 14%. I'm at 87%. If I accelerate, it goes down to 86. So I've used 14% of the battery. The battery's still pretty full. I think I could definitely ride around a little bit. Morning. That was nice. They said morning. They said good morning to me. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video and we'll start a new one when I get my sunglasses. Oh, I should have slowed down right there. Maybe I don't know if I'm too tired to ride right now. That was a mistake I just made. I heard that sound. I didn't realize that was a driveway. It didn't like register in my mind. And if that truck was backing out, we could have had an accident right now. I have to slow down. Okay, see you in the next video in a few seconds, or later today, or tomorrow, or soon thereafter. Okay everyone, True Zero Emission signing off. See you in the next one. Stop recording.